49, 50. Oh, this is the Real Housewives of Vancouver after show. Just doing my fitness. This week we are on location at BodyTune Fitness in Yaletown. John Sawatsky, who is the owner, is also the personal trainer for Jenna Talikova, who is the Miss Universe competitor who made it to the top 10, won Miss Congeniality, and is also a transgendered contestant. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you need to pause this video, Google her, and figure out what you've done with yourself for the last month and a half. Yeah, you do. Wow. Here at BodyTune, it's a progressive gym. BodyTune, so what's happening here? He just basically likes the philosophy simple. You want to see a look hot, kick ass, and don't take anyone's shit. That's the way to do it. Yeah. We have the perfect trifecta again here this week. Megan Kennedy from yourpinata.com is in the house. Cameron Barnett is here. Thank you for coming. Proper. And my Housewives BFF, Lynn Van Dove. Welcome, thanks for coming back. All right, this show is a big bag of crazy where Jody brought it, and thank God, because if she didn't bring it, we'd have 4 housewives being super nice to each other. It opened up in Tulum, Mexico at Mary's birthday, and then that nasty text came in from Ronnie being super upset again. We found out that Mia's got a clothing line called MIA, and MIA stands for Missing in Action, like her father. Jerry! We got Jody doing a pretty amazing imitation of the Marika dance. Then we went to a photo shoot on the beach where Mary went from rated G to rated X, and she called it her coming out moment. For me, I was less naked and more in the backseat of my parents' car, and I was 23. That was my coming out moment.
Thank you.
That's what happened.
Yes, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Do you know what coming out means, Lynn?
Yes.
Okay, you got that one.
It's a cotillion.
It's a cotillion, exactly. Yes. I had a beautiful cotillion for my coming out party. Yeah. Reiko went and got her blue belt, and she rode her bike there, and it looked like she was wearing Ashanti's knapsack. Green belt.
Yeah.
Green belt?
Blue's next. She's on her blue now.
Yeah.
She's close.
She's so close. Mary and Ronnie had a little makeup sesh where they're never going to fight again and be best friends forever. I'm so happy about it.
I'm happy.
So happy about it.
I'm happy.
Christina and Mia had some drinks, and Christina was thinking about being a lesbian, which is by our drinking word of the week. So, pick up the drinks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's cheers to lesbian.
Lesbian. Cheers.
Yes, bump it out. Ching ching.
Cheers.
You said she was a lesbian from the first show.
I didn't say she was a lesbian from the first show.
You said that.
She called me last night. She goes, "Did you hear what she said? She's a lesbian." I'm like, "Yeah, Lynn, I told you."
Who's a lesbian?
Christina.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I know. You told me. I was there. Yeah. That's what I said. You said. They get to, then basically it was fine. They went to the room. They got in. Jody and Mia were being bitchy. Mary was trying on clothes she couldn't afford, so that really made them angry, which doesn't even make any sense. But Ronnie finally stepped up to the plate and was being a friend and had her back the whole time and felt like she was in the Twilight Zone. And she said to Jody, if you need to quit talking about it. If you don't want it out there, don't put it out there. Yeah. Right? Like, come on. Come on. Yeah. And then at the end of the show, Jody walked back into the room at the Bay, who must be super excited that all of this went down at the room at the Bay, with a piece of paper and gave it to Mary. And Ronnie might have been served papers because she's like, don't touch it. But I've seen enough of the Ask the Lawyers on The View to know that you need a third party to be served papers.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
you know, that's not by itself.
And a blank envelope.
An outfit that was borrowed by Cher from her last tour.
Yeah,
What was she wearing?
Exactly. Right. The Muppet meets. Yeah, bonkers. All right. Fierce or trifling time, guys. Grab your signs. Let's get ready. Megan, Jody did the Marika dance. The Marika dance. What do you think? Fierce or trifling? Yeah, something like.
I thought it was fierce. I felt a lot like Marika was dancing like Elaine from Seinfeld. I thought it was amazing. And I thought, you know, call her out on that. It was pretty awesome. I don't ever want her to stop dancing, but I say definitely get called out. That was crazy.
Yeah, right? Cameron, did you agree with Megan's?
I love you, but I don't. It was so trifling. It was trifling. I'll tell you why. Because when I looked at it, like, I loved it because Marika was in her element. She was living. I was like, yes, mama, get it. And that's the kind of person that I want to hang out with. Jody is not. So therefore, I say Marika was in it. Burning Man, she's been on the playa. That dance is known. That's her get it to it.
On the playa?
Yeah.
I like that.
We'll talk about it after the show.
I know what a playa is.
Oh, do you?
I
Okay.
do. I go to the playa.
What do you think, Lynn?
I think Jody was trifling, bitchy, and awful. I don't like her anymore. I've tried to like her, but she's mean to too many people. And Marika was wonderful.
Yes.
Just go for it. Just dance and ignore all things like Jody.
Okay, well, I'm a bitch because I thought it was fierce. I thought it was hilarious. When you see her dropping her head down and all of her nasty, ratty extensions are like almost touching the floor, and you can see like the regrowth. Clearly, she didn't get them done the whole season. It was pretty amazing. They did a photo shoot on the beach where they're acting pretty sexy and naked, and it was Mary's coming out moment. What do you think, Megan? Did she fierce or trifling in that moment, being all naked?
I feel like sometimes I do this, and I'm not sure. I mean, it was fierce. She looked beautiful. She has a stunning, stunning body. Way to go, Mary. But she really didn't want it to be X-rated, and then she had her top off. So I felt like I was a little confused, but they both looked beautiful. Maybe there might have been a little bit of that lesbian action going on there. Just saying.
Right. I need a drink.
Lynn, did you think what did you think of the photo shoot with the ladies dancing around on the beach?
I bet they're going to be embarrassed about it afterwards. That's what I think.
So it's trifling for you.
So it was trifling, whatever. Trifling, yeah, bad, dumb.
Okay.
See, I'm not the only one that doesn't understand exactly what this means.
All right, Cameron, what do you think? Fierce?
I think it was fierce if they were filming a soft porn.
Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of trifling. Because it was like Mary started out, it's like, boo, what are you selling? It's a drink. I don't need to see two women rubbing their nipples on each other to buy a blue drink. You know what I mean?
I didn't understand either.
Just have some feet in the sand with a drink and somebody with some shades on, I'll buy the drink. I don't need you wrapped in tulle, seeing Christina with a thong, and you all sweaty with sand on you to buy a drink. So I was just kind of like confused, like what was that she was trying to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think they knew. I think they had like leftover scarf fabric. That's what happened.
Totally, I didn't even go there.
What, they took it to
Absolutely.
Mexico? Yeah, I guess so.
Ridiculous. I also thought, actually, no, I thought it was fierce. If you're that age and your breasts still sit there, good for you. I would, you know, if I'm that hot when I'm that age, I'm gonna be shopping in the grocery store with my shirt off for frozen peas every day. No problem. Christina and Mia went for some lesbian drinks down at the bar. Lesbian drinks? Do you remember that scene? What do you think of them? What do you think about Christina being friends with Mia, inviting her to the party, Lynn?
Well, I kind of felt sorry for Mia at first because I think she felt that someone was sincerely being nice to her and inviting her to go do something.
Okay.
So that was nice.
Okay.
But then, of course, it didn't work out that way. But I did think that Christina looked the prettiest I've ever seen her look. She looked beautiful. Her hair's growing longer. These are things I notice. So that's what I think.
Nice. All right, Cameron, do you agree?
Well, no, I mean, Christina, there's kind of like a motive there, so I'm gonna say, I'm like kind of here right now.
Trifling.
Especially, well, no, I'm 50-50.
Oh, 50-50. I'm like,
Because I had that moment, like, you know, my gaydar
yes.
kind of went off in the middle of it. I was like, okay, ooh, she's up to something, right?
Yeah.
And then the drinks started happening, and then at the end of the show, you got the little bit of the trailer when she says that Mia slipped over her house.
Yeah.
So Christina, she's not munching her way to victory, honey.
They did
okay?
it.
Something's gonna happen, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think you're calling. I was thinking like they totally did it scissor style and it was happening.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
it's what it is.
Yeah, all right, Megan.
Yep.
It's like just exasperated.
It's a word. Munch, crunch and munch.
I feel like it was really trifling. I think that Christina has Mary's back, and I dig that, but I'm just wondering why she's hanging out with the enemy, and I think gathering information is one thing, but it kind of seemed a bit weird. I disagree with Lynn. I don't think that Mia showed up at all thinking that anyone invited her out kindly. I think that she showed up with terrible... I think that none of her intentions, either of their intentions, were true. I think that the sexual attention was fierce and that it caught them both off guard, but I don't think that either of them showed up there looking for a good time. I think it happened, though. Yeah.
I just thought it was trifling, because, exactly. Mia knows what's up. She's a smart girl. I mean, she's a mean girl, but she's a smart girl. You don't go to coffee or drinks with someone that doesn't like you and expect it to work out. And the last big old... Sea cider.
It's delicious.
We had the big old showdown at the saloon, at the room, at the Bay. And Mia and Jody showed up and sat on the couch and thought it was a waste of their time. And Mary was trying on outfits, Ronnie had her back, and Reiko just saw the tension, and again, I love how Reiko, every time she feels some tension, she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
That's all part of her martial arts mentality. Am I right, John?
To pee?
See, look at that. I got a thumbs up. No, she knows how to just kind of slither here and slither there, stay out of trouble, but always know what's going on. That's her martial arts coming through in her everyday life. That's why she's so cool.
It's a great tool. It's fitness. Everyone should do it. It's good stuff.
Well, it's mental fitness as well, darling.
It's true. Can't lift up that one. So do you think that's
get too intellectual for this?
No, not intellectual. Not too intellectual for me, ever. Was it fierce or trifling, that whole scene? What do you think it was?
Which part of it?
The whole thing. Good or bad?
Oh, it was trifling. It was terrible. It was awful.
Really?
Yes, nice. Because Jody and Mia were just the ugly stepsisters of the whole group. They're all assigning themselves their definitions. One's the kind of slutty, hoary lady. Well, doesn't mean she's that way. It means that's the way she's cast herself. Mary's the victim.
Yeah.
And Jody and her daughter are the wicked step things.
Yeah. So not good.
So not good. Trifling.
All right. Cameron, do you agree?
Awful.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was neither fierce nor trifling. It was dumb.
Dumb.
You were talking about the scene between Ronnie and Mary seeming fake. Like, that scene, to me, that was fake. All that suing thing that went down.
Yeah.
Just because maybe I'm an actor and I can tell truth from, something that's not real, that wasn't real. And so for me, it even clicked out. I couldn't even honor Jody with even calling her a bitch because it wasn't believable. It was so fake and phony for me that I just thought it was unreasonable. Who's gonna sit there and talk about someone who's that close to you, who's trying on clothes just to get attention? And it doesn't make any sense because you hate on Mary because Mary looks fierce.
Yeah.
Because if she didn't, you wouldn't talk about her.
Exactly.
People you don't hate on somebody unless you want something from them or you want to be like them, which is what I said in the first episode. She's like, oh, Mary, you need therapy. No, Jody, you need therapy because you cuckoo. That's it.
Period. Megan, what do you think?
I don't know where my sign is. I thought it was really trifling, but really fierce. I'm a daytime soap watcher, and this is my first experience with reality television. So I didn't, and I'm not an actor, so I did not pick up the acting vibes from there. But I really was just finally some drama.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I was like, whose side am I picking? There's layers. There's generations happening here. It was everything I looked for in General Hospital, but it was all happening on RHOV, and I was so excited.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I think it was so fierce.
I will second your fierce because I was just because it was so dumb, I thought it was so fierce. Because I'm like, Jody, really, you're gonna march back in there and give her the paper and you're served and I'm gonna sue you and I'm at the glass house. You can't do it.
It's the law.
You can't. It's the law. It's the law, honey. And she's posting on Facebook that Mary's getting sued by the glass house and she's changed the name of her store to Jody's. Yeah, fact.
And I love that you said
so
earlier that
dumb.
Ronnie knew not to touch it. She was like, don't touch that.
Yeah,
don't touch it.
exactly.
It doesn't matter. Totally.
Exactly. All right, that brings us to our Saved by the Bell timeout. Okay, so this week we're at the Hairpiece Theater. We're gonna reenact the scene between Ronnie, Mary, he, and I don't know if you remember the scene that well, but they had a lot of sexy waiters at this restaurant, so that's why we brought one in. It's actually John from the gym. All right, hello.
Hi.
Hi, honey. Mary's back from her secret trip from Mexico. We're meeting because I have heard from Jody that Mary is coming up with her own tequila drink called Blue Goo, Dippity Zoo Tequila Concoction. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, old Ronnie is making wine, so I'm not surprised. We'll have 2 Chardonnays with 2 sides of ice because she wants what I want.
Yes, yes. Okay.
You do what I want. You do want what I want, don't you, Mary?
Yes, exactly.
I get this text and I hear this voice.
Like an Italian, Mari is doing the alcohol. I feel like Jody is like this pecker in her ear. She's just constantly trying to start trouble. I want you to know that I support rehab 1,000%.
Aww, I know you do. I totally know you do.
I know it probably will be great because you like wine.
Can I say something? I'm supposed to be your best friend, and I just feel extremely hurt that I just found this out.
But there was no opportunity for me to have told you because we weren't talking.
But come on, honey, we were talking. Maybe, just say you were uncomfortable to say it. I'm fine, and I'll be fine.
Well, no. I was gonna tell you anyway.
Mary was starting to squirm, and so she changes the topic to the subject of Jody.
Why does she want to instigate problems? That's what I don't get.
It's almost like she's always had it out for you from the get-go.
Yeah, I feel like she's meddling in a place that she shouldn't.
If this continues, what are you going to do?
I definitely have a few words with her. And that little Mia, she better watch it because she assaulted me physically. And I almost went as far as getting a restraining order put against her, just to teach her a lesson. Ronnie's finally ready to bury the hatchet.
I am your biggest fan. We're beyond friends. We are like sisters. As much as I want to wring your fucking neck, I'm sure you want to wring mine. And sometimes I think you want to copy every fucking thing I do. I just want to wrap you in my arms and give you a noogie and kiss you and tell you how much I love you.
I love you too, honey.
You know what? From here on out, if we have issues, we're gonna deal with it.
And we need to defend each other. Nobody getting in the way between us.
Saved by the Bell, time in. This brings us to Tweet of the Week, and this week was kind of cool. There's not like a hilarious tweet going on. I just want to give a big shout out to Dan and G, who gave us a kick-ass review, I guess, in the province, and it happened kind of like this. I tweeted Dana G and to Ronnie, and I said, read your blog. Not even, actually. I just said it to Dana G and mentioned Ronnie's name without tagging her. I said, read your blog. I like it when you bust Ronnie's balls. So did we on the after show. Ronnie tweeted me back, said, Kai Archibald, if you like it when someone busts my balls, WTF. And I'm like, whoa, Ronnie, that's a little offside. Ooh. But then Dana G messaged me like 5 minutes later, and we had an article that night. So thank you, Ronnie, for being a little sarcastic and flip with me and just joking. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I want to give we've got some great what do we, I don't know, Twitter followers? We'll say that. Twitter followers. There's at XPB, at Mr. Cody, at Oh My Sushi, at Jessica Boudreau, and at Raphael Ujielski. You guys are awesome. Keep the tweets coming. Next week, I'm going to probably get you guys more involved. So we need to get to Queen Bee of the Week. It's the time. It's time to do that.
I don't want to go first.
You don't want to go first?
No.
Lynn, who do you think is Queen Bee this week?
Well, let's go back to Queen Bitch and make it Jody.
That's where I went last week.
Are you with me?
Last week I did the
Did
same
you do
thing.
that? Oh, I must have learned that from you.
Do
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Queen Bitch Jody.
Queen Bitch Jody.
We
Okay.
have to do it too.
Yeah. Oh, well, if we're going back to that, then
Queen Bitch, who's the biggest bitch this week?
I can't say the name. It's what she said.
Jody.
What, am I going to get sued?
No, I just don't want to say the name. It drains
I
me
know,
to
the
even say the
ugly
name.
stuff.
That's how I do fitness.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is Queen Bee, Megan? Bitch.
I feel like allegedly it may have been Jody, but I feel like Queen Bee, I know I said it earlier and you guys are like, I'm so bored, but I'm obsessed with Ronnie's outfits and they're so inappropriate and I think they're amazing. So Ronnie wins Queen Bee for me. I just think she's rad and she brings it. Yeah.
I win Ronnie this week as well because she had Mary's back. She's had the funny lines. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. She was stopping the craziness, at the bar, and she was playing nice. And I thought that she finally did what she was gonna do and said what she was gonna say. Lynn.
Can I change my vote?
Yeah, you
I
can change your
agree.
vote.
Yeah, Ronnie was.
Ronnie.
Can I say something too?
What?
Yeah.
Can I say something too?
Sure.
I also felt like the episode that we didn't cover, her son, whatever his name is, Jordan totally was like, oh my God, when he grabbed Mary and took her out of that snake pit, that was the Jody and Mia situation. I was like, I love you. And Ronnie raised him, I guess, sort of, to do this, and I'm so down. I think Ronnie totally owned it.
All right.
Yeah.
So Ronnie, you're Queen Bee of the Week, lady.
Yay.
It's about time, right?
The first one. Yeah, the first
Jesus,
one.
every time.
You motivated Ronnie for Christina's boobs.
Jesus Christ, God damn it.
Jesus. You're such a lesbian.
Queen Bee, here we are.
Ronnie. Oh, I only said that to use the word.
Ronnie the lesbians, with all the lesbians up on the wall there. Yeah. So thank you for watching again this week. We will be back next week. Yay. And you can find, like I said, Kai Archibald. You can find us on Facebook at unofficial RHOV. We want to thank John from BodyTune. We're excited about getting Buff.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay.
Goodness.
Where did he go? Where's John? Where's John?
There you go.
he's
Shirt's
over
back
there.
on. And we will see you again next week. Thanks for watching.
Those hips, those eyes, they can't